Hey, what's going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantom. It is Friday. I hope you guys had a really good week. It's an important video. I really am excited about this video because it's going to give a lot of information about blackbolt and whiteflare, which I think is super vital to making the best buying decision when it comes to your spending habits. But also, it's an important video because this is the video you want to pay attention to if you want to win this Destined Rivals Master Set. Every single set release, we give away an entire master set of the newest set. So we don't do it for Japanese sets. We did it once for Terrestrial Festival and that's it. But every English set, we give away an entire master set. This has everything in it, almost every common, every uncommon, every reverse holo, every holo rare, every ultra rare, double rare, every illustration rare. Like, they're all in here except for two cards that I had to end up ordering a second time because the first time they got canceled. That's the Team Rocket's Persian full art, or Team Rocket's Persian ultra rare, which goes right here, and then the Rocket's Moltres SIR goes right here. But they are on order. They should be in next week, and I wanted to start this giveaway because we've got Card Party coming up. Blackbolt and Whiteflare comes out in a month. We got to get this thing done, over with, get it out to the lucky winner. And if you want that lucky winner to be you, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So you have to be subscribed. Scroll down, hit that subscribe button, then you want to leave a like and a comment on this video. Boom, that's it, you're entered. So subscribe, like, and comment on this video. I'm going to let the random comment picker do its thing, and we're going to announce the winner on Friday, July 4th. It gives you a little bit of time to enter, but also I'll be gone for a week and a half. So on Friday, July 4th video, I will announce the winner, and then like 2 weeks after that, Blackbolt and Whiteflare come out, and we're going to have to worry about that daunting master set. But we'll figure it out. This was a little bit more difficult because we had to buy everything in this set. We couldn't just open stuff up. Like, usually we'll open up 25, 30 boxes of a new set so that way we can stock the storefront with singles and help provide competitive cards to our friends. But unfortunately, not really unfortunately, like, I have no regrets about it. We wanted to make sure we could get as much product out there at MSRP because we are sticking to the MSRP mantra, even though it is just a suggested price. So we wanted to get more product out there. So we just sent those boxes out instead and just purchased whatever we could for the master set. But we're going to keep it rolling, keep it going. So hit that subscribe button down below. I want to talk about blackbolt and whiteflare because I think there's a lot of misconstrued information that's going on out there. Already there's super expensive pricing. You'll see a lot about like shortages or short printing, and I know PokeBeach put out that article that got misconstrued a little bit, and I'm guilty as everybody else because I don't want to increase FOMO. I don't want to, there is stores that want to do that. I'm not one of those stores. I don't want to increase FOMO or anything like that. I want you to pay MSRP or less than MSRP. I think that if you spend more than MSRP, it's going to get really frustrating. The hobby's going to get burnt out a lot quicker for you, and you're going to exit the hobby a lot sooner, and you're not going to enjoy yourself. Like, you're only going to really enjoy yourself if you're having fun and you're not feeling like you're burning every single dollar that you have in your bank account. Right now, that's very difficult, but it's super important not to FOMO. Blackbolt and Whiteflare are going to be readily available. There is going to be a bunch out there, and it's really important to understand and remember that Blackbolt and Whiteflare are two different sets that are releasing simultaneously. And I think a lot of people confuse that. Like, it is not just one big giant set. It's two sets that are releasing simultaneously. But if you're looking at allocation numbers, you're going to kind of have to look at them bundled together if you want to compare them to previous specialty sets. Specialty sets are always a little bit more difficult. Blackbolt and Whiteflare is going to be like Prismatic Evolutions, where it is a bit of a staggered release schedule, but more so along the lines of 151. 151 had a staggered release schedule, but only a few different dates where they released all of those products. It wasn't like Prismatic, where every month it seemed like 2 weeks out of the month you would get a different product that would be released. This is kind of like Blackbolt and Whiteflare, a bunch coming out 1 week, and then a month later a bunch coming out, or 2 weeks later a bunch coming out at the beginning of August. But you kind of have to look at those numbers, especially when you're looking at allocation numbers, as a bundle deal, because they're releasing this as basically two different sets umbrellaed into one set. I guess that's kind of the way that I like to look at things. So when you're comparing numbers and looking at how much is going to be out there, you can't really say it's going to be a short print or anything short because we don't know what things look like from a big box standpoint, from a distribution chain. Like we have no idea how things go. I can speak to allocation numbers at my store, and I can talk for hours about what the allocation process looks like and the distribution process looks like for LGSs and local game stores that are brick and mortar, but I cannot speak to what Excel gets, what MJ Holdings gets, what other distribution channels get, what GameStop gets, because I have absolutely no idea what the contractual agreements look like when it comes to Pokemon and those specific big box stores, or those wholesale stores, those distributors that stock those stores in specific, like Target, for example. I have no idea what Target gets from an online standpoint, which they would probably get supplied directly from Pokemon, or from a storefront standpoint, which they get from MJ Holdings. It's all different. It's all very, very different. That's important to realize. Also, Pokemon's doing a really good job of figuring out their website a lot better and supplying more more product to vending machines. They have printed, or they have put out a lot more vending machines across the United States. So a lot of product that would typically go to an LGS, like if Pokemon is printing to max capacity, which we know that they are, and we also heard information that Pokemon is no longer printing for the EU because they have a printing facility that opened up or that is helping out in the EU that can support products for over there. That means Pokemon is producing more products, and they're producing products that are mostly impacted, like prismatic evolutions, like 151, where it seems like Destined Rivals, while your area might not have the most available and you might not be able to find it, a lot of people are having success when it comes to finding Destined Rivals for a main series set release, so they're focusing more on the specialty sets. But I think Blackbolt and Whiteflare, there's a lot of misconstrued information out there, and there are some stores that try and take advantage of these situations. There are some sellers who try and take advantage of these situations so that way they can increase FOMO. It's super important not to fall to that pattern, not to fall to that bad decision making, because it's going to burn you out. It really is. When you're overspending and making bad decisions when it comes to your collection budget, you're not having as much fun, especially if you spend $120 on a Blackbolt Elite Trainer box and then 6 months down the road you find them in stores for $50. Then you're gonna be like, well, why did I buy one for $120 6 months ago? So you really want to do your best to make sure to avoid that FOMO, despite the fact that there's going to be a lot of content out there. A lot of people that you watch or that you pay attention to might be opening up Blackbolt or Whiteflare, and you might be, oh, I want to open that up. Just don't buy into the bad decision making. I want to show off what Blackbolt is going for right now, and it is 2 different sets. So if you want to look at Whiteflare, you got to type Whiteflare up here. So Blackbolt Elite Trainer boxes, $142.35 is the current market price for these. That means that there are actually sales on TCG Player at that price point, which is absolutely ridiculous. Actual sales that happened for Blackbolt booster packs at $20. Actual sales that happened for Blackbolt booster bundles at $68. This product doesn't even come out until August, which is absolutely insane. The binder collection, $59.36. And I also want to talk about MSRP because there's a lot of confusion right now on what MSRP even is anymore. A lot of people are like, well, what is MSRP anymore? Because nobody's charging it. GameStop isn't charging it anymore. It's very difficult to find. So we're going to break that down as well. There are some products like this Unova poster collection right here that's going to have a Blackbolt and a Whiteflare product in it. The Mini Tins are going to have a Blackbolt and Whiteflare booster pack in it. So it is, even though they're 2 separate sets, they're kind of combined at the same time, and that's really how you want to study and look at allocation numbers, so that way you can get a firm understanding of what the set actually looks like. I'm going to move my face because my face is in the way and I always forget to do that. So I'm going to take that off the screen for now. But I don't want to jump into too many leaks or card scans or anything like that because I don't want to ruin the set for anybody. So I'm just going to go over some basic information about what the set entails. There's over 170 cards, more than 65 illustration rare cards, more than 5 special illustration rare cards, and then there's 6 Pokemon EX, and you can read them up there. This is all from PokeBeach. You probably already read all this. PokeBeach does a great job of putting all this information together. John is always on top of his game with a lot of stuff. Even though I don't see eye to eye with him on some of the stuff that he puts out, I still think that he's a pillar in the community and does some amazing things. He's been around for ages. Such a good dude when it comes to the information that he provides for the community. 8 ultra rare Pokemon and supporter cards, 1 illustration rare or special illustration rare card for each Unova Pokemon. This is going to be a massive master set. 1 special illustration rare supporter card, 3 different parallel foil sets, 2 of which will feature either a rainbow Pokeball or Master Ball pattern shimmering across the card, and then new black, white rare cards which will feature card illustrations in monochromatic black or white design, which we'll talk about in a little bit. The important thing to understand is that if you want to master this set, for example, it is going to be absolutely massive. It is going to be very, very difficult to obtain everything. There's numerous reverse holo patterns. You're going to have the Pokeball reverse pattern, you're going to have the normal reverse holo pattern, and you're going to have the Master Ball reverse holo pattern, much like what we saw in Prismatic Evolutions, which was just an enormous set. Like, to try and master that set, it was very daunting. This is going to be the exact same way, but hopefully pull rates look a lot better. And you can let me know in the comment section down below what you are hoping for when it comes to pull rates. The fact that every single Unova Pokemon is going to be getting an illustration rare card, I think the hope is that it's going to be very similar to Crown Zenith as far as pull rates go, because if not, it's going to be impossible. Now, right now, illustration rares aren't too difficult to pull. You get 1 out of every 12 packs. That's the standard pull rate for the Scarlet and Violet era. Every 12 packs will produce you 1 illustration rare. But when you have 100 plus illustration rares in the set, that's going to take you thousands of packs to try and pull, a specific or unique one. So it could get really daunting. So really hopeful that they change it up and they make it where it's 1 out of every three-ish packs, 4 packs, somewhere around there, where you pull an illustration rare. Otherwise, it can be feel very, very, very difficult. There are 2 different products that are going to be tied to each single one. We're only going to look at one of them. So like right now, this is the Elite Trainer Box. This is something that you will be able to find at big box stores. You will be able to find at your hopefully local game store at decent prices. But this is the MSRP. When we were streaming on Wednesday, there was a lot of people, a lot of confusion about what MSRP looks like. And I just want to break that down for everybody again, because it's so many stores are so far away from MSRP that a lot of people have just forgotten what MSRP looks like. So we're going to stick to MSRP. I know it's suggested. I understand we could charge more. I understand, like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. This is the decision that I made a long time ago, and I'm going to continue making that decision regardless of what anybody says. I'm going to do what I think is best, and this is what I think is best. It's not going to be enough. It's just going to be a little drop in the bucket, but we're going to do whatever we can to try and get as much product out there at MSRP pricing. Release date on this one is July 18th, so we're not that far away. I mean, we're a month away. There's not going to be pre-releases for this set. This is a specialty set. This is the last set that is going to finish up the Scarlet and Violet era before we move into Symphony and whatever it is, Symphonic. I can't even remember the name of it, but the mega set that's going to be coming out in October. Like, this is it. This is it for Scarlet and Violet generation before we move into megas. July 18th, MSRP on a Elite Trainer Box is $49.99. Very few big box stores even follow that anymore. But if you do buy it at MSRP, basically that breaks it down to about $5.55 per pack. Now, obviously, you get other ancillary goods in that Blackbolt Elite Trainer Box. There will also be a whiteflare Elite Trainer Box variant of it. So you get 9 Blackbolt or whiteflare booster packs, depending on which variant you get. You get 1 Thunderous or Tornadus illustration rare promo, depending on which variant you get. And then your normal Elite Trainer Box goodies like the sleeves, the energy cards, the card separators, the gameplay accessories, the code card, etc., etc. When it comes to allocation numbers, if you bundle these 2 together and look at it as one big set release, now you really have to be careful at how you look at this. So basically look at it as one big umbrella set that's spanning into 2 different branches, whiteflare and Blackbolt. But if we want to look at actually allocation numbers, if you're bundling this together, our store specifically, and again, this is just our store. I don't want to highlight and speak for other LGSs. Some LGSs might be getting less. Some LGSs might be getting a lot more. This is just ours in specific. We are getting 10% more so far than what we got for Prismatic, just when it comes to Elite Trainer Boxes. So Prismatic Evolutions, 10% less than what we're going to be getting for Blackbolt and whiteflare. So yeah, there's not going to be a ton of product, but it looks like there's going to be at least more if you combine these together than what there was for Prismatic Evolutions. On July 18th, we're also going to have the binder collection that comes out. This is going to be $29.99. I don't know why I put MSRP of $6. Boy, would that be amazing. But this comes out July 18th as well. MSRP on it, $29.99. That breaks it down to $5.55 per pack. That's also not right. But you get a binder inside, which is pretty cool. So you get, just like what we saw with 151, like what we saw with Prismatic Evolutions, MSRP on this, don't pay attention to the $6. That's $29.99. $5.55 per booster pack. Maybe that's accurate. I don't know. 5 Blackbolt or whiteflare booster packs. There's going to be 2 different variants again. So 1 for Blackbolt, 1 for whiteflare, and then you get a binder to collect all the cards inside. 30% more than Prismatic. So there's going to be a decent amount of the binder collections that looks like they are getting printed and distributed. I'm sure there'll be reprints down the road. There'll be additional waves that come out down the road. But the initial allocation process looks like if you combine whiteflare and Blackbolt together, is going to be about 30% more than what we saw from Prismatic Evolution. So as long as you're looking at it as like one big Unova set, and you just want to open up some Unova, you don't care if it's Blackbolt or whiteflare, it looks like there is going to be about 30% more binder collections, at least for our storefront, than what there was for Prismatic Evolutions. When it comes to the poster collection, this also releases on July 18th. The MSRP on this is $18.99. Price per pack on this one is $4.75. This one's a little bit nicer because you get 4 booster packs. I think the other poster collections you only got 3, but they did 4 on this one because they combined both Blackbolt and whiteflare together. So this is basically just one Unova collection right here because you get 2 Blackbolt and 2 whiteflare booster packs. So if you pre-order a poster collection, you get a little taste of each set. You get the Snivy, you get the Tepig, and you get the Oshawott promo, and then you get the full-size double-sided poster that's included in there as well. Very cool looking product. Your price per pack breaks down a lot better to $4.75. So I do believe the MSRP on this is a little bit more expensive than what we would have seen in Prismatic and in 151, but you get that additional booster pack, and it actually brings your price per pack down. So this is actually a really, really good buy because it gives you a little taste of both sets. As far as the poster collection goes, we're getting about 5% more than we got for Prismatic. So you don't have to worry about bundling both sets together because they're already bundled together basically as one big Unova collection box that's only 4 packs. So if you compare it to the poster collection release from Prismatic Evolutions, we're getting about 5% more. So that's pretty good. The Unova Mini Tin, also kind of the same thing, bundled together. Really cool, sleek design on these mini tins. I like them a lot. I think the displays are fantastic collection pieces if you can get one. The displays are a little bit difficult to find because big box stores don't sell them in sealed display. So you really kind of have to get them from an LGS or from a secondary source like eBay or maybe TCG Player or something like that. These also release on July 18th. So there's going to be a decent amount of products that release on July 18th. You have the binder collections, you have the tins, you have the poster collections, and you have the Elite Trainer boxes. So not as much as what you would normally see from like a main series set release, but with the amount of product that Pokemon is pushing out to big box retailers and to vending machines and places like that, it might not be as difficult to find as what a lot of people are making it out to be, which is why you want to make sure not to pay those super inflated prices. MSRP on these is $9.99. I'm pretty sure this Unova Mini Tin collection was a little bit more difficult to find an accurate depiction on the MSRP, but I'm fairly confident it's $9.99, which breaks down to about $5 per booster pack. You get one blackbolt and one whiteflare booster pack. So there's not two different set releases for this one. This product is going to have one of each. It gives you a little taste of each, and then you get an art card inside as well. Very typical to what we see from the normal mini tins. 20% more than Prismatic, so a decent amount more mini tins, which is good because when you have the little products that are a little bit less expensive, being able to produce more of those and get more of them out there at least gives more collectors at least a taste of a set release. So I am excited about the fact that there's more of these as well. 20% more than what we saw for Prismatic Evolution. The tech sticker collection, this is the first product release that we see in August, so this comes out on August 1st. MSRP on this is $15.99. That breaks down to about $5.33 per pack, and there are two different variants of this. So you do have one for Black Bolt and you do have one for White Flare. So you will get 3 booster packs, either 3 Black Bolt or 3 White Flare booster packs, and then you will get an illustration rare included in the tech sticker collection, which is really cool. It'll either be Reuniclus if it's Black Bolt, or Gothitelle if it's White Flare, and then you get the tech sticker sheet too as well for putting it on your computer or putting it, you know, on something, I don't know, your boombox that you carry around, whatever it is. I don't know what you kids do nowadays. $5.33 is the breakdown for price per pack. 5% more than Prismatic Evolution. So it looks like we're getting a little bit more. Again, this one is bundled together. So you're looking at this as more like, well, how many tech sticker collections am I getting of the Unova set release, which is Black Bolt and White Flare? In total, getting about 5% more than what we got for Prismatic Evolutions. And then we've got the Victini Illustration Collection box. This one's actually really cool because it does kind of put out that first jumble that we've seen in almost an illustration rare style. My text is kind of falling into each other, but this one also releases on August 1st. The MSRP on this one is $21.99. I have not seen allocation numbers for this one yet. This is the one product that distribution hasn't put out there as far as allocation goes. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that it's only going to big box stores, or maybe they just haven't gotten around to it because it has a later release date. I'm not sure, but it basically breaks down to about $5.50 per pack. This combines the two sets together, so you get 2 Black Bolt and 2 White Flare booster packs, and then you get the illustration rare Victini, a premium parallel Pokeball card featuring Victini, and then the oversized illustration rare Victini, which is really cool. So this gives you a taste of both sets as well, but this one does not come out until August 1st. And then we've got the booster bundle, so it'll be either be a Black Bolt booster bundle or a White Flare booster bundle. This is the best bang for your buck in every single set release, whether it be a main series set release or whether it be a specialty set release, like what we've seen with Prismatic, like what we've seen with 151. MSRP on this is $26.94. This comes out on August 1st as well. Price per pack breaks down to about $4.49. That's because there's no other goodies in here aside from just the booster pack. So this is just the guts. This is just what people really, I guess, want to open. There's no illustration rare, there's no gameplay pieces or anything like that. It is either just 6 Black Bolt or 6 White Flare booster packs, and that is it. MSRP stays the same at $26.94. Your price per pack breaks down to $4.49. So that's going to be your best one to get. But then your next best one is either going to be this poster collection right here, or even the Victini box. Isn't that bad? I mean, none of them are really that bad as far as price points go. But really, the mini tins, the poster collection is $4.75, and then the booster bundle $4.49. 10% more than Prismatic. So again, you are bundling these together. So in total, between Black Bolt and White Flare, if you bundle them together, if you look at this as separate sets, then yeah, we're not getting nearly as much Black Bolt as we got of Prismatic. We're not getting near as many White Flare booster bundles as we're getting as Prismatic. But if we look at it as just one big Unova release, if you combine Black Bolt and White Flare together, because they're both releasing on the same day, we're getting more than what we would have gotten, or what we did get with Prismatic Evolution. So I think that's the way that we have to kind of look at it. While there might be shortages for Black Bolt or shortages for White Flare, because they are simultaneous set releases, but there's two of them rather than just one big set. If you look at it that way, then yeah, you could argue shortages as well. But I also think that a lot of that shortages gets misconstrued because we don't know what that all means. Distribution for LGSs could be getting less because Pokemon is pumping out a lot more to big box retailers, to places that never sold Pokemon before. I mean, Dick's Sporting Goods selling Pokemon, Ace Hardware selling Pokemon, Menards. I've seen a lot of people getting victories at gas stations. You know, it's just weird because there's stuff all over the place. And a lot of times, unfortunately, it is above MSRP. And you really just got to exercise your patience. It'll get better for sure. And this is definitely a step in the right direction. We'll see how the mega set goes. But I wanted to put this information out there because I think it's important to understand what at least some allocations are looking like and what the MSRP looks like for a set like this, because there's just so much confusion out there. And I think we've just been so bogged down in pricing that we've kind of lost sight of what MSRP even looks like anymore, because the prices have just been so sporadic and all over the place. So I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, leave a comment. It goes a long way for the algorithm, but ultimately thank you just for being here. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I'll be back on Sunday with another video. Until next time, peace.